Eddie, you said this week that you've sharpened some swords. What do you hope that looks like on Saturday?
We've had 4 years to prepare for this game. We've got good tactical clarity about how we want to play. We're fit. We're enjoying the tournament. The only sadness is the tournament's going to end. We're having a great time. We want it to continue, but it comes to an end, so we've got one more opportunity to play well. So we want to play with no fear on Saturday. Just get out there and play the game. We know South Africa aren't going to give us a game. They're going to come hard. We've got to meet their physicality, but we're looking forward to that and then being able to impose our game on them.
You've gone unchanged. How confident are you that you could not just maintain that level of performance but go better?
Oh, we can definitely play better. There's no doubt about it, and the players know that. I've been so impressed by the preparation of the players throughout the tournament, and particularly this week. There's a steeliness about them, but also a nice relaxed feeling because they know they've done the work, so they can get on with the job.
You said judge me on the World Cup. How would you judge yourself so far?
Well, it's all to happen on Saturday, isn't it? That's the great thing, We're like any team, we're a bit anxious, we're a bit nervous, but we're also very excited about the prospect of playing even better.
Owen, how do you make sure this opportunity doesn't just slip past you?
We need to build up as we had done every other week, and as Eddie said, we're nice and calm and relaxed at the minute, and we've done all the preparation in terms of on-field stuff. We'll make sure the mental side of it builds up from now.
Eddie, last weekend you masterminded arguably one of the greatest England team performances in any sport, and the whole mood around this team has gone from one of hope that you could win this World Cup to expectation. Has that therefore changed the message you have to give your players this week?
No. We just want to go out there and play. The great thing for us is that we've done the preparation. We know we've done the preparation. We're ready for this occasion. We've spent 4 years getting ready for this occasion. So that's why the players can be relaxed. That's why I can be relaxed, because we know we've done the work, but we're not relaxed about knowing what's in front of us. We know South Africa's going to come hard. They've got a history of being the most physically intimidating team in the world, so we've got to take that away from them. And the boys know what's ahead of them. Everyone knows what's at stake. But because we've had such a good preparation, we can go out there and play without any fear.
Eddie, can World Cup finals be won and lost in the few days before the match? Psychologically speaking?
I don't think so. It's an interesting question. I really don't think so. I think that, generally speaking, the World Cup's between the best two teams in the world. You have to win your pool, and then you've got to win a quarter final and the semi-final. So you've got to be at the top of your game, and that means that both the teams are mentally, physically, and tactically ready to go. So I think it's what happens on the day rather than what happens before the game.
Eddie, right from the start of your spell here, you've said you want to make England the #1 team in the world, and then usually say we're not there yet. Officially now you are, according to the rankings. I'm guessing that will mean nothing to you if you don't complete the job tomorrow.
Well, it's just about us knowing where we can go. We've had a pretty simple approach to this tournament. Every day we've tried to get better. Every week we've tried to get better, and each game's an opportunity for us to get better, so we've just got to continue down that track. We don't have to worry about #1 rankings. We don't have to worry about those sort of things. It's not a concern for us. The concern is, can we get better tomorrow? And then on Saturday, can we play better than we did the previous week? And that simple approach for us has worked because it frees us up. It allows us to play with a discipline, but also with a freedom to use the skills within the team, and that's why we feel like we're ready to go on Saturday.
エリー監督にお願いします。 エディさんは日本の文化とか気候とかすべてよくご存知で、さらにサントリーなどコネクションがいろいろあると思います。そういうリソースをここまで勝ち上がるためにどういうふうに生かしてきたか、それとどれぐらいこれが役立っているのかというのを教えてください。
そうです。So at practice we've used some Suntory players, which has been useful because we've had some injuries where players haven't been able to train, and it's important to have close to 30 players at training.
Owen, can you just talk about the change of threat from the South Africans with Cheslin Colby back in their back division?
Yeah, I think it's clear for everybody to see what type of threat he is. He's someone where when he gets the ball, the whole team has to be on the toes, not just a couple of people around him. He can make things happen, and obviously with a big physical side like them, to have a few players like him, Faf, and Willie the Roo that can really take teams on is important for them. So the key thing for us is going to be to all be engaged, to all be in the game, especially when them players have got the hands on the ball.
Yeah, Eddie. Sometimes you've started with Owen at fly halves. Now you've had George there for the last couple of games. What was your thinking in going with George and Owen again at 10 and 12 for this week?
Well, every week we pick the team we think's right for the occasion. We look at the conditions, we look at the referee, we look at the opposition, we look at the way we want to play, and we feel that's the best balance for the team this week.
Eddie over here, sorry. Obviously there's a lot more outside noise in final week. I wonder how you deal and the players deal with the growing expectation, the growing attention. Is it something you try and shut out, or is it something you feed off?
Well, there's been no higher expectation than within the team. You know, we started out the first day wanting to be the best team in the world. So that's where we wanted to go. The outside stuff, you know, as I said 3 weeks ago, we were hopeless. I was going to get the sack. Owen couldn't kick a goal. So we don't tend to listen to that noise. As important as the media is, we don't tend to listen to it. The only opinion we're worried about is within the team.
Eddie, 7 of South Africa's starting team started at Brighton 4 years ago. Is that sort of familiarity helpful for you?
Well, I think, you know, the way the game is at the moment and the amount of games that international teams play, you know each other pretty well. You know, they'll know our players, we know their players. We've got a pretty good idea of how they'll play. They've got a pretty good idea of how we play. So it's more about the fact that you've got to be at your best on the day rather than familiarity now.
エディ・ジョーンズヘッドコーチに伺います。日本テレビ安村です。準決勝では素晴らしいスタジアムの雰囲気がありましたが、この決勝に向けて会場に来るファンの方々、あるいは母国の方々にメッセージがあればお願いします。
Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic World Cup. Yeah, the Japanese people have been terrific hosts. The stadiums have been full at every game. There's been great atmosphere. You know, what I've enjoyed, I've never seen so many foreigners wear Japanese shirts to the games. And we had great support at the last game, and we expect to have good support at the next game. So it's been a great tournament. As I said, we're sorry it's going to end. It's a pity you can't keep going.
Eddie, looking back to 4 last years, what have been the most inspirational moments and the most important key moments in those years?
I think in any team's development you have wins that are important and you have losses that are important. And when I think about this team, one of the most important games we had was that Grand Slam game against France in 2016, where we started the game probably within ourselves, and it took us to the second half to find ourselves. And it's a great lesson for us for this week that we've got to go out there and make the game. We've got to take the game to South Africa. We can't afford to go in the game and expect South Africa to give us the game. So our whole mindset this week is about taking the game to South Africa, playing with no fear. Where can we take our game to? What level can we take our game to?
日本語ですいません、エディ監督。今回日本で初めてのワールドカップ。これ南半球が勝つのか、北半球のチームが勝つのか、とても興味があるんですけれども、なんか北半球のチームにとってアドバンテージみたいなことがあれば教えていただきたいのと、北半球と代表として、優勝に向けての決意を語っていただければと思うんですけれども。
ちょっと難しいの質問。I don't know whether I can answer that, mate. Well, I think the uniqueness of the Japan World Cup is that it's a neutral rugby country for all the top countries, and I think that's presented some opportunities and also presented some difficulties. We've had typhoons, we've had different weather conditions, so I don't think it's really favoured one country or the other, or one hemisphere or the other. But I think what it has done is made teams to be adaptable. You've had to play in conditions where the ball's been very slippery in indoor stadiums. You've had to play, on Saturday it's going to be perfect conditions, 16 degrees, beautiful weather conditions for rugby. So I think that's presented a different World Cup, and I think the teams who have adapted the best have probably enjoyed the most success of the World Cup.
Eddie, how is Kyle Sinclair, and did you have any doubt at any stage this week over whether he'd be fit to start or be in the 23?
No, one of the great things about this squad, and again, it's a great credit to the players how hard they work. Physically they're fit. They work hard on rehabbing their injuries, and we've now got 32 players in the squad, and we've only got one player unavailable, which is Willie. And if you look at our track record over the last 5 or 6 games, we've had close to 90% of our squad available for selection. So the players have worked hard. We've got great medical staff. We've got fantastic strength and conditioning staff. So the players are in great nick. Carl Sinclair's going to be absolutely buzzing on the weekend. He'll be out there ready to go.